about poop, but I don't know. But this poem is about one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, which is moving on. I know you did the right thing, leaving. I know that it was bound to happen eventually. No one stays in the same place forever, they told me. No one finds lasting love this young, they told me. You will change. You will both change. No one can stand still without feeling the itch. It starts in your bones until burning its way outside your skin and eventually taking control, determining whether you will head left or stay right. I was right to ask you to stay. And maybe you were right to leave. But the hole you left turned into a crater. I told myself I would never be whole again. Felt the ache so deep in my chest, I was confident nothing would be strong enough to reach it. Buried under so much rubble and debris. But I have long since come to realize the same truth as every man or woman who has ever felt the ache. I woke up one morning choosing to believe that this cavity of space doesn't sink in my soul to remain empty. It is simply a carving out, allowing a place for all things new. And I will admit, for too long, I assumed this void could only be filled by another, place card reserving the space for husband, lover, companion, that this soul must be beating off rhythm because it had no one to share its secrets with. But solitude gave me the gracious gift of understanding that books are the most faithful of friends, and that music expands in the most beautiful of ways and hollow spaces no one ever cared to mention, that we are perfectly capable of keeping ourselves company. That loneliness is just another word for self-discovery, which is just another word for opportunity, which, yes, on some days is another word for failure. But on other, more glorious days, it is exactly how I choose to spell hope. It all depends which dictionary you are using. And I will not lie, it hurts. And still, some days it hurts. I could try 1,000 ways to explain to you how the pain sat in my chest, crushing my ribcage for months, until I was no longer able to breathe properly, but that would be like trying to explain the bond between mother and child or the whimsy of blooming love. You'll never understand it until you're knee deep in it. And there are so many things I have yet to understand. But this I know to be true, that pain and beauty are not enemies. They have always been part of the same family. So stop looking up the wrong tree and accept that moving on is a blessing. It is a gift denied to many. And I know there will be a moment on your journey when you no longer feel at home in your own skin. But this is good. Unlock the door, open your arms, welcome it in. This is God's way of saying it is time to grow new skin. Time to leave behind all that has been holding on for far too long. There is no space for it, the places you are going. So shed all of your yesterdays and peel off every layer of the person you thought you were supposed to be. Because now, this moment is about becoming. It is about creating. This moment is about stepping in to who you know you can be. This moment is about thanking God that we fall so we may learn to pick ourselves back up. And we break so tomorrow we may bend, and we hurt so one day we may help others heal. I know you did the right thing leaving. I just wish I didn't stay so long to watch you go. Thank you.
That's my sister!
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for